stop the fight in seconds. We're going to do 5 basic strikes that anybody can learn that will help you to stay safe in a self-defense situation. The first strike is going to start from this position. In fact, all these positions start here with your hands up between you and the threat. This is called the flinch block. Your hands create distance between you and the threat. As soon as you see someone coming in, they're getting aggressive, they're coming in your face, put your hands up. They're open because you're trying to stop the fight. You want all the cameras, all the witnesses to see that yes, you are defending yourself. You are not the person who's instigating the fight. You're not the fighter. You're the defender. So you put your hands up, you say stop, you say back up, you give a verbal command. You don't say please, you say get out of my face. You don't have to like me, but you can't touch me. You're too close. And if there's no room for talking, you can palm strike very quickly. That's your first strike. It's just reaching in with this hand and you're gonna hit with this part of the hand here. Your hand will pull back, your fingers towards you, and you turn your hand just slightly toward the attacker. This part here, 5 bones in the bottom of your palm, the heel of your palm, are gonna strike into his nose, into the soft tissue of his face, maybe into the throat, into the body, but you're gonna strike with the front hand or the back hand, and probably both multiple times. Not one and done, but as many as you can before the fight's over. Remember, the fight's not over until you win for self-defense. So your hands are up and open. First thing is a simple palm strike. The second thing is gonna be a 2-handed palm strike, which means you're gonna grab your fingers like this and you're gonna push in with both hands. Now, when you grab your hands, you create kind of a scissoring motion. You create more power in the strike. You have 2 hands now, your whole body's involved, and you're gonna step in and strike, hitting with every ounce of energy that you've got, just blasting right through the face. And again, it's all starting from this position. You wanna ask yourself, what target can you remove or destroy? That principle comes from Tim Larkin's book, which I put a link below. If you wanna get that book, I recommend, if you're serious at all about self-defense, read When Violence is the Answer by Tim Larkin. It's the second link below. Your hands are up and open between you and the threat. This is called the flinch block. This is another thing that I learned from a great self-defense expert named Tony Blauer. Your hands are here. You've got palm strikes first. Second is a 2-handed palm strike. And you will not, until you try it, you won't understand just how powerful this is when you put your 2 hands together and you're striking. And think about it, you're smashing his nose, his eyes, his teeth, into his throat, into the solar plexus, moving him off of you using both of your arms in kind of a push-up motion. The third strike is gonna be an elbow strike. I'm gonna show you several ways you can do it. Hands are up and open between you and the threat. You're in your flinch block. You can bring in this front elbow. Notice that between your hand and your elbow, as you close the distance, your body is coming in and you're not pulling away. So you're not gonna create distance and allow him to come closer and then diminish your ability to defend yourself. You're going to press the attack into the side of his jaw for self-defense using the front elbow, the back elbow, and like I said before, maybe over and over, both hands, one following the next until the fight's over. Even that front hand you can bring in multiple times. You can bring the back hand in one after the next until the fight's over and you win for self-defense. So the first strike is a palm strike from this flinch block position. The basic principle there is that you get your hands between you and the threat. Number 2 is the 2-handed palm strike. Number 3, starting with this horizontal elbow strike. And notice that when you do that, your hand comes right to the top of your chest and you turn. You're turning here, you're turning there. Hello, Studer, it's good to see you. I think I saw W9 UFOs here, Alita's here, Patrick is here. Hello, everybody, welcome to the live stream. We're talking 5 simple strikes for self-defense to end the fight, stop the fight in seconds. Number 1, starting from your flinch block, palm strikes. Number 2, 2-handed palm strike. Number 3, we're on to elbows. Now this is just the first of many types of elbows that I'd like you to do. Mirrorsphere zone, good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. The second elbow is going to be coming up, almost like you're answering your phone and you're bringing your elbow into his body. You might bring that into his solar plexus, into the throat, busting up under the chin. I hit myself a little too hard there. Bring it up, striking up here. Bring this, striking up there. But you're bringing from here in this flinch block position, He comes in, he's too close, he's in your face, he's spitting on you, he's trying to hurt you, take away your freedom, your dignity, your life. Maybe you try to hurt your family and you say, stop, not me, back up, I'll defend myself. And then you drive this elbow in as you're answering your phone. This works great too if he's throwing a punch. That helps you to brace for that attack. And as he comes in, or if he has a bladed weapon, you're gonna get cut, but you'd rather get cut here on the back than here, where you're gonna have major, major damage and it could injure life. Hello, VTPTS, you guys have all these great names. Hello from Wyoming. You guys are all over the world. I love this live stream. So you're bringing this one in here, this one in here. You can also, if he throws that punch at you first, you can deflect that punch. You can intercept it with that elbow, let his fist break itself against your big bony, hello Red Dog, good to see you. Smash it in and break his hand there. Bring this one here, we got California here, but you're striking here, striking here. As you're striking, you're also intercepting. Nicholas is here, hello Nicholas. And who else do we have? Stuff. Stuff said, have I ever had a situation where I have to defend myself physically? The answer is yes. Not as much anymore as I'm older, because I think when you learn the very first principle of self-defense is situational awareness. But I must say this is very important. I had a lot of opportunities in, stupid fights in school. I did plenty of that. I grew up, I had 4 brothers. We fought all the time. We fought people in the neighborhood all the time. But that's not what this is. This is self-defense against someone trying to really, really hurt you. This isn't a street beef. It's not it could be a road rage incident, because those road rage incidents now become life or death in a lot of situations. You could be living in an area where crime is out of control. And this is what I'm seeing now, is that there's so many people coming and asking me, can you teach me basic self-defense? Because there's so much is going on. Hello, Leon, thank you for being here. There's so much going on in the world, and we see it all the time, and we keep hearing story after story after story about innocent people trying to go about their own life, not hurting anybody else, and they become a victim because so much criminality is coming after them. And when you put the world into so much chaos like it is right now, that's bound to happen, right? There's so much stress, so much pressure, and that pressure for certain people who don't have good social skills for whatever reason, mental illness, drugs, they're just whatever, right? They're going to, when they do that, they're coming after you sometimes. So you have to get your hands up. Situational awareness, that's where we started, number 1. And again, these are, if you get Tim Larkin's book, it's essentially below. You can read all about it. But situational awareness, number 2, from my book, put your hands between you and the threat, create some distance. This is called the flinch block. This works. I've taught this for so many times. I have used it. The question before was, have I ever used real self-defense? The answer is yes. Get yourself in this position. This is always here. It doesn't last long if you get an elbow in really quickly. That's my personal favorite strike that I would do. But you don't know what strike you're going to use. You have to ask yourself that question from Tim Larkin's book. What target? You find a target on their body. Can you remove or destroy? His ability to breathe temporarily, see, his ability to breathe permanently. Maybe you pop that inner ear. You hit him in the brain, and you turn off his operating system. Hard elbow to the temple, hard elbow to the jaw. Maybe a palm strike into the face, into the jaw, break that nose. You can't see, can't breathe. Maybe go into the solar plexus or a little bit lower, and you put them on the ground, or you take out a knee. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute, one of the strikes. But we're on to the third set of strikes, really, which are the elbows. We talked about horizontal this way, get it tight to the chest. Vertical, also see that your palm is facing the ground. What that does is that exposes that big bone. Now, a Muay Thai elbow strike, you're just gonna cut them with the tips of your elbows. Maybe knock them out, cut them up a little bit. But that's not what we're doing. We're not competitive. It's not a competition. I wanna put him on the ground. I wanna end him as fast as I can in a real life or death situation. Him or me, I want me to go home. I'm gonna hit him with that elbow. I want you to go home. And you can use any part of that. You can bring that straight in, or right into the throat. That could be a fatal strike, right in there, crush the windpipe, fight's over, you win, you go home safe. One more criminal off the streets. But the horizontal strike coming here, your palm has to be facing the ground. Watch what happens if you turn it the wrong way. Now you've exposed all this muscle. Nick says, step in with a spinning elbow to the face. And Nick, let's throw that in next, because I want to talk more elbows. I'm going to show a couple more, but This is also, if I can't get this in immediately, if the guy's behind you, someone comes up, you realize the threat's here, or they're closing the distance, or there's multiple opponents. One bad guy's here, one bad guy's here. Maybe you hit that guy here, and this comes here, and that spinning comes from just stepping back. If you take a step into any of your strikes, taking a step into that strike creates massive knockout power. So if he's behind you, you turn, you see who it is, or who's not supposed to be touching you, and you drive that right into that jaw, break the jaw, blood comes out, can't breathe, probably sends shockwaves to his brains, knocked out, fights over, you win, striking with that spinning reverse elbow. You can also bring that down and into the solar plexus and put them on the ground that way. Maybe you go down, up, down, or you go down 3 times, up twice, down once, and then smash that fist right to the groin just to finish it for self-defense. I get passionate when I talk about self-defense because what I'm imagining for you is that it's life or death, and you're not trying to fight somebody at the school, you're not trying to fight somebody on the street, you're not looking for a fight, you are truly defending yourself. You're tired of being afraid, you're tired of worrying about what's gonna happen and how can you defend yourself. I want you to have some simple techniques. We started with palm strikes, 2-handed palm strikes. We did horizontal elbow, vertical elbow, the reverse spinning elbow. Now I want you to see 2 more, and we'll get past it really fast. Bring your hand up at an angle. See, that's higher than your head, and bring it down here. Oh, one more word about the elbow, the reverse spinning elbow. If he's choking you to death and his hands are squeezing on your neck, you can lift your elbow higher than his hand, and what that's gonna do to his hand is actually open it this way, taking the pressure off your throat, and then as soon as your hand comes back, his hand will pop off. Even if he outweighs you by 300 pounds and he's a massive powerlifting bodybuilder and he's squeezing on your neck and you're the smallest person in the world, you lift your elbow here and you turn, it's popping his hand off, and as it comes through, you're either gonna hit him with that elbow. If he's too far back, you can extend and smash him with that fist. That's if he's got you from behind. Bring the elbow up here, down on top, this, bam, striking elbows extremely hard and fast. Think clavicle, break that clavicle right into the top of the chest. Hit him in the jaw, hit him in the temple if you're tall enough. But bring this one up and practice these so that you know how to use them when you're ready. And then the last one is he's got the bear hug coming in. You turn your body sideways, you get the hand out and smash this down into, again, the clavicle or the top of the chest. There's a lot of nerves there, that's why I want you to hit that. Or just rake that down his face, right? Smash that into his nose. His blood comes out, he can't breathe, fights over, you win, or on top of the head. Those are all elbow strikes. So we had palm strike, 2-handed palm strike, elbows, that's 4. That's 3, we're up to 3. Number 4, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna lower the camera, so hold on. I like to tell you so don't get nauseous. I'm just gonna turn it down. My fancy camera thing. Lugo, greetings from Ireland. It's good to see you. I'm gonna take this foot. Oh, you can see the shirt. I wore this because I always wear it, but also because I have a whole new shipment that just came in. I'm trying to pay the rent this month. If you want a shirt, it says Quantum Martial Arts. That's the name of the dojo here. You're all part of the Quantum Martial Arts virtual dojo family. I put a link below if you want one. They're not that expensive. One price covers the t-shirt and shipping. Anyway, check it out online if you're interested. Your foot comes in and turns at an angle. This is called an elliptical kick. Your knee comes up and then you're pushing down and in. And this is a very stable kick to do for most people. My hips are on fire today because I overdid it at the gym like I always do. And I'm still able to do this one with no limitation, no pain. Now if I try to throw any of the other kicks that I've been throwing for 40 years, I can't do it anymore. I've got to rehabilitate. And I have bone spurs in there that won't let me lift my legs to the side anymore. But this one, I can bring that straight in, right between the shin and the top of the foot, and his leg's gonna go like this, and he's probably gonna break and snap those tendons in there, and then you can just rip him to the ground at that point, or you can drive that elbow into the face. But it's this quick, fast, elliptical, how to stop the fight in seconds. This is the 4th basic strike. I always want you to have a kick or two that you can use. I'm coming back up, and we're never gonna kick the face, right? We're not. Who was that? Billy Jack. Some of you guys know Billy Jack. We're not doing the Billy Jack, foot on the side of your face. If you can, go for it, but I'm not wearing the action jeans, although these are stretchy golf pants. I can't get my foot up there anymore. That's my point. I'm gonna go, boom, and smash him. And then as he goes down, bam, bring that elbow up and in and finish him that way. Or that down on the top of the back of his head to end the fight. Maybe he's got a weapon you don't know. You gotta end it as fast as possible. Now the last of the 5 strikes is gonna be a punch, but I want you to do 3 things when you punch, and I want you to think of 2 ways to punch, 2 places to punch. The first punch is just a straight punch to the face. And it's that old saying that the closest distance or the shortest distance between 2 points is that straight line. So your hands are up and open, bam, and you just quickly smashing that face, that hand, your knuckles, squeezing tightly. Make sure your thumb's out, don't put your thumb in. Squeezing tightly, right to his nose, blood comes out, and it's just a very fast, explosive punch. Hey, I'll defend myself, back up, and then you throw it. Now, there are 3 ways to generate maximum knockout power. And the first way is extending the arm. If you watch a boxer in training, you'll see that they're always turning that little knuckle up. And the reason is that extends the arm all the way. They're not pulling their power back. They're practicing getting maximum power, right? Smashing with that. So the first is extension. Number 2, to get knockout power, to end the fight in seconds with the 5th of the 5 strikes to end the fight for self-defense. The second one is stepping, taking a small step with your front foot. Your front foot, or if it's the backhand with the back foot, just a really small foot. You don't have to go far. Bam, just a little bit, just to accelerate that strike. And then the third one, and these can go in any order because you have to do all 3. The third one is turning, rotating through the shoulders and hips. You're gonna activate all the big muscles in the core, the back, the front, all the muscles from your floor. You're throwing the punch, bam, coming up off the floor, smashing. Hey, I'll defend myself, and then you have that quick, fast, and if you connect it, great. He might go down on the first punch. That happens a lot. You can connect the first punch and it's over. If not, you've got multiple punches coming straight forward. Throw 2 punches and then get to the side. 2 punches and a lateral move. 2 punches and a lateral move. Learn how to fight and get out of there. Don't just stand there toe to toe, throwing punches back and forth and getting busted in the face. 2 punches, get to the side. 2 punches, get to the side. Bend your knees. Learn how to do all that other stuff. And the last variation of this punch is going to be to the body. There are 2 ways that you can throw that punch to the body. The first way is with the front hand, second is with the back hand. If you decide to go with the front hand, you're going to bend your knees. You're never going to go to the body unless you change levels. Changing levels means bend your knees. So your hands are up. Hey, I'll defend myself. Maybe he throws that punch and you see how this hand stays up. You go down, and what happens is you're loading everything up perfectly to generate maximum power through that turn of the shoulders and the hips. Now you don't have the step, but you make up for it by changing levels. You're gonna see this as an extremely powerful punch. So your hands are here and you go down. This also allows you to slip. Slipping is when you're getting out of the way of the punch. Remember, his fist is only about 6 inches, maybe 5, maybe 8. If you're fighting a big dude, you only have to move that much to get out of the way. So when you drop, and you just practice this over and over, think of fencing, right? My favorite sport, fencing, because of what it does for the brain. You're just dropping, hey, and then you're back up. Bam! Throw that other punch to the face. The second way to the body is you're in this position, and as you retreat, stepping back with the back foot, you see in the mirror a little bit, I'm just stepping back, and that allows you to, again, to change the levels. That means bend your knees and fire that punch by turning the shoulders and hips. You're gonna get the perfect distance for a full extension. From here, just a little step back pulls you away from his punch, and bending the knees pulls you down and away from the punch. And so from here, just firing it, and make sure you are turning through your shoulders and hips. Those are the 5 basic strikes that you can do for self-defense. That's how to stop the fight in seconds. Practice, practice, practice. Practice now so that you don't perish later. Get the book below. Second link, When Violence is the Answer by Tim Larkin. Tony Blauer, I said that earlier, B-L-A-U-E-R. You find a lot of videos here. I think he's got some books on some old programs or whatever. But learn some things from Tony Blauer. Watch his podcast. He's got great stuff. Tim Larkin has great stuff. Those are the 2 that I follow more than anybody. And then train on your own. You don't have to know a whole bunch of stuff. You have to know little stuff and do it really, really well and do it over and over and over. It's all about principles. Situation awareness, pay attention to what's happening, get in a better position, flinch block, and then what targets can you remove or destroy? And then the rest of it is just violence of action. Close with and destroy. Fight's not over until you win. Thank you guys for being here. Again, if you want one of these t-shirts, check the first link below. I need to pay the rent this month. It's coming to its tax season, so I got a big tax bill because we have, I'm not complaining. Life is good. God has blessed us. We're just doing the best we can, but every little bit that you guys help me with helps. And if you want a t-shirt and I can create some value for you that way, then it's just the first link below. If not, I keep training and I will see you on the next one.